Hey y'all, Little Drummer Boy here, and I apologize if you were watching Top 10 Beaches 2. My memory on my iPhone ran out, so needless to say, the video cut off. So, anyway, I'm continuing. This will be Top 10 Beaches 3. I was hoping to get it all done in two videos. It takes a little while to talk about each of the beaches that I picked, and so, anyway, it should have been done in two videos, but the last one got cut off, so I'm just going to start where I was. I was just talking about, well, let me recap a summary of what I've covered so far. Pensacola Beach, Gulf Shores, Alabama, together, that whole coast right there, is first. Ocracoke Island and all the North Carolina Outer Banks, second. Charleston and its beaches, Folly Beach, Sullivan's Island, mainly what I'm thinking about there. San Diego and its beaches, Pacific Beach, OB, Ocean Beach, Coronado Island, which is really beautiful, and the Del Hotel, Del Coronado there. And then Wilmington is where we were at last. Wilmington, North Carolina. I was talking about Fort Caswell, the Baptist Assembly at the mouth of the Cape Fear River at Southport and Caswell Beach. And I pretty much covered that in the last video, so I don't want to waste too much time talking about it here. So I'm going to continue with also at Wilmington on Oak Island, which is, well, Wrightsville Beach is right there at Wilmington. Okay, that is, if you want to go to the party beach in Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach is right at Wilmington, like 5 miles out. There's a mosquito, get off of me. So you just take I-40 straight into Wilmington. It's called the Michael Jordan Highway down there because, you know, Michael Jordan's from Wilmington. And I-40 pretty much, it just runs out in Wilmington like I-26 does in Charleston, and it dead ends at the ocean. You know, you go past UNCW and boom, you go through a few lights and you're at Wrightsville Beach. And so Wrightsville Beach is the main beach at Wilmington. It's the beach that has probably the most nightlife, the most to do. It depends on what you're looking for. And then, of course, over on Oak Island. Oak Island is on the other side of the Cape Fear. And like I said, go see USS North Carolina while you're there. It's pretty awesome. And it was actually going to be scrapped after World War II. And in 1961, the school children of North Carolina all went together and started a fundraiser, and they gave like a penny a piece, and they bought USS North Carolina and saved it from being scrapped. And now we have this legendary battleship from North Carolina, which you can go tour in Wilmington. But anyway, back to the beaches. On Oak Island, you have Long Beach, Yaupon Beach, Sunset Beach, Ocean Isle Beach, Caswell Beach, Holden Beach. And these are all great beaches. It's just laid back down there. Oak Island is about a 25-mile drive from Wilmington down Highway 33. You go down to Southport, and then you turn right, which would be pretty much like west because it's the south-facing coast. And so then you have all the beaches. So next we have Hilton Head, South Carolina. I've only been to Hilton Head once, but it's very, very nice. When I was there, I stayed in Hardeeville, South Carolina, because at Hilton Head, it's pretty much a golf resort, and kind of like Isle of Palms, which is near Charleston, it's just mega $1-million houses on the beach. And I really, unless you're rich, you're probably not going to be able to afford staying at Hilton Head very much. So we went out there. It was on a Savannah trip. I went there with my mom and dad and I. Hilton Head is kind of like one of the Savannah beaches, even though it's in South Carolina. It's a lot closer to Savannah than Charleston. But it's really nice place. And then that segues into Tybee Island, Georgia. Tybee Island, Georgia is across the mouth of the Savannah River from from Hilton Head, and Tybee is the main beach for Savannah. Savannah is also a lot like Charleston and Wilmington in that it's a 300-year-old colonial town, but Savannah is further from the beach. I would recommend doing all this in one trip, though, because it's a great city to visit, but it's 25 miles from Tybee Island on the Savannah River. Savannah itself is. So you have a little 25-mile drive out from Savannah to Tybee. But Tybee is the main beach at Savannah. It's like the party beach there. And that brings me to Ocean City, New Jersey. Now, like San Diego, the water is freaking freezing. Now, down here in the south, we have the Gulf Stream coming up from the south. So I remember my birthday's on September 21st, the last day of summer, and I always try to go to Charleston for that weekend. And I remember it was my 40th birthday, so it was September 21st, 2010, and I was in Charleston for it, and the ocean was 95 degrees and the air temperature was 95 degrees. But the ocean was, almost like a hot tub. You didn't get any relief when you got in the ocean. But at Atlantic City, New Jersey, the water was 62 degrees when I body surfed there on July 4th, 2005. And not Atlantic City, I'm sorry, Ocean City. The girl I was with at the time, she didn't want to go to Atlantic City because she heard bad things about it, I guess about crime and stuff. So we went just south of Atlantic City to Ocean City, and it's a nice, quaint little New Jersey beach town. Now, we'll say they don't have the wide beaches like we do down here in the Carolinas. When the high tide comes up, there's not much beach left, but what beach there is just packed with Italian babes everywhere because, everybody in New Jersey is flipping Italian. Well, almost everybody. So, pizza. You can't go to a New Jersey beach and not have pizza. So, they've got a boardwalk there, a wooden boardwalk that you can have pizza and Italian food. And next is Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is and North Myrtle Beach, Cherry Grove, that whole area. Myrtle Beach is the first beach I ever went to. And we used to camp at Lakewood Campground when I was a kid there with my parents. And Myrtle Beach proper, downtown Myrtle Beach, has gotten really ghetto in the last few years. There's been a lot of murders, high crime. Myrtle Beach has kind of lost its glory. Myrtle Beach is the kind of beach you go to if you like a lot of commercialization, a lot of high-rise hotels, a lot of flashing lights, neon lights. To me, they ruined downtown Myrtle Beach when they tore down the Pavilion, which was the heart of Myrtle Beach. They tore it down because the Hard Rock Park moved in at Broadway at the beach, and then the Hard Rock Park went out of business after about a year or so. So anyway, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle, Cherry Grove, laid back and nice. Myrtle Beach, if you're young and you want to get drunk and you want to fight, chase girls, whatever, you want to get, but let me warn you, the Myrtle Beach cops are like communists. I've seen them try to run off a guy who was preaching on the street in front of Ripley's, believe it or not. There's a lot of stuff to do there, but that was just ridiculous. It's a free country and preach where you want to. And I saw him arrest a guy for popping a wheelie on his Harley. I've seen him ticket a guy for revving his Harley up going down the strip. They will arrest you for looking at them wrong. And I'm telling you, the Myrtle Beach police, they see tourists as another form of revenue. It's not enough that you're blowing lots of money in their city, but they're going to make more money off of you by ticketing you for something if they can. So I'm not a big fan of Myrtle Beach anymore. North Myrtle is really cool, and Cherry Grove. And I got to work my best day ever in my career. Got paid $200 to do sound and stage and sound for Beach Boys, Al Marks and Dave Marks and Al Jardine and Dean Torrance of Jan and Dean. Got to work, and I got to sit right behind the amps. Amps on this side, 70,000 people this way. I'm on the stage while the Beach Boys are playing, man. It was awesome. The ocean's over here. It was my favorite day of my career. Anyway, so next that brings me to Daytona Beach, Florida. I worked at Daytona 500 one time, and hey, man, that's a bucket list thing. Thank God I got to go to that race. Everybody should go to Daytona 500. If you're a race fan, that's right up there with Indy. It's the biggest race in the world. And to see them, I mean, you could put my hometown of Claremont inside the Daytona track. It's that big, 2.5 miles round, and they cover it in 40 seconds. It's amazing to watch. But anyway, the beach itself was kind of run down. I mean, not the beach, but I mean the buildings, the town of Daytona Beach. To me, it was kind of ran down, and you know, Myrtle Beach has a lot of stuff to do. If you like the nightlife and the commercialism, Daytona Beach, I was there for the Daytona 500, their biggest week all year in February now, but still, it's warm down there. It's 80 degrees in February, right? I body surfed at Ponce Inlet. The water was cold, 62 degrees, but still, you know, it was warm down there in February. So anyway, but it was dead. I couldn't believe how dead Daytona Beach was, especially at the Daytona 500. So actually, that was disappointing. And that's my 10. That's the 10. And I want to give an unfavorable mention to, I want to give a favorable mention to, actually, I meant to put this in there because it's a cool place, but I forgot about it till last. St. Pete Beach, Florida. St. Pete Beach, Florida, right on the Gulf, right across Tampa Bay from Tampa. St. Pete Beach, Florida, Treasure Island, the Treasure Coast, very nice. I want to get an unfavorable shout out to Fortescue, New Jersey. Now, Fortescue, New Jersey is a fishing town on Delaware Bay, and they have awesome sunsets there. People line up to watch the sunset back over the west Delaware Bay. You're looking west towards Delaware, and so people line up to watch the sunsets at Fortescue. But if you go to Fortescue, first of all, it's a dry town. Now, at that time I was drinking. Now I'm in recovery, so that would actually be a good thing. But Fortescue, if you go there, there's a lot of surf fishing. Bring bug spray, because they have these greenhead flies that will bite you and put whelps on you and bring blood, especially this time of year, July and August. The greenhead flies that they have in New Jersey will bite you, put whelps on you, and bring blood. I would be swimming, and every time I brought my head up, bam, 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 like 10 flipping flies are biting me, and it hurt. And then when that wasn't happening, I see dorsal fins swimming around me, and I'm like, it's brackish. You know, you got fresh water coming down out of Delaware, and maybe that's why I've had cancer since twice. Well, this was, it was that before I had a cancer even once. But I swam downstream from Philadelphia. That probably wasn't the brightest idea. But anyway, you got the fresh water coming down out of Philly, the salt water coming in from the ocean, so it's brackish. And so I asked the surf fisherman, I'm like, is there sharks in here? Because I kept seeing these dorsal fins popping up around me. And he said, oh yeah, we catch 8-9 foot bull sharks in here all the time. So because of the surf, it's a great little fishing village if you want to fish. But because of the surf, the surf fishermen, they draw in these big green blood-eating flies, and they draw in bull sharks. So anyway, that's my top 10 beaches. I'm sorry it took 3 segments to do it, but y'all like, subscribe, and share Little Drummer Boy 1970. I have 15 subscribers now, and I want to thank you all. Love you all. God bless. Have a great day.